Breaking news, Julius Malema, EFF leader, has received a 5-year prison sentence. Magistrate Oliver handed down an effective 5-year imprisonment sentence to Malema after finding him guilty on 5 counts of contravening the Firearms Control Act. Malema's lawyers plan to appeal their judgment and sentence.
Stand up. Not the court only. I'm sorry. Maybe I should be clear. Okay. Sorry for that. All right. After careful consideration, and I can show you I have done so, free of any interference, this judgment or sentence is the sentence of this court and this court alone. In respect of count 1, you are sentenced to a period of 5 years imprisonment. In respect of count 2, you are sentenced to a period of 2 years imprisonment. In respect of count 3, you are sentenced to 20,000 rand or to undergo 6 months imprisonment. In respect of count 4, you are sentenced to 20,000 rand or to undergo 6 months imprisonment. In respect of count 5, you are sentenced to pay a fine of 20,000 rand or to undergo 6 months imprisonment. In terms of Section 280, subsection 2 of Act 51 of 1977, the court orders that the sentence imposed in respect of counts 2, 3, 4, and 5 run concurrent with the sentence imposed in respect of count 1. You may be seated. Thank you. May we, Advocate Otis, sorry, John, not to interrupt you, may we just deal with the Section 103 inquiry and then we can proceed to that part? I assume you are ready for that part as soon as we've dealt with the 103 inquiry. Certainly. Okay. Let me just find my notes here.
In 2018, a single moment at a political gathering would land Julius Malema in a serious legal trouble and spark a national debate about leadership and accountability. The incident took place in the Eastern Cape during an EFF event. Footage appeared to show Malema handling what looked like a rifle and allegedly discharging it into the air, while supporters dismissed it as symbolic or harmless. Critics argued it was reckless and potentially illegal. Authorities charged Malema under the Firearms Control Act. The charges included unlawful possession of a firearm and reckless discharge of a firearm in a public space. These are serious offenses in South African law, carrying potential fines or even imprisonment. The case moved through the courts over several years, marked by delays, legal arguments, and intense public interest. The prosecution argued that the video evidence clearly showed Malema firing the weapon, while the defense questioned the clarity of the footage and whether if it definitely proved that he pulled the trigger. Witness testimonies and forensic analysis became key points of contention as both sides tried to establish what really happened that day. In 2024, the court found Julius Malema guilty of discharging a firearm in a build-up area. However, he avoided jail time and was instead given a suspended sentence and a fine. The ruling emphasized that the public figures are not above the law, while also sparking debate about whether the punishment was sufficient. The verdict divided opinions across South Africa. Supporters claimed that the case was politically motivated, while critics argued it reinforced the importance of accountability, especially for influential leaders.
My lady, it is the state that says that Mr. Malema lacks remorse because he has blamed AfriForum. I'm simply explaining.
And the Holy Spirit, including
I'm not dealing with the Holy Spirit, I'm dealing with AfriForum.
Please leave. I've spoken, so I was very clear that there will be no choice. So I don't know how we are going to approach this. It's distracting to counsel for the accused. It's distracting to the state and to the court. And I do not need your approval of yes and no, because I'm independent. I don't mind yes or no at all. So do you leave or what? Because I'm not going to tolerate it. So there's a whoever wants to comment, please leave.
Looks like no.
Whoever is commenting now, please leave. And from now on, I will leave that in the hands of SAPS. Whoever comments or speaks, ask them to leave, please, because I'm concentrating on what counsel is saying to court. Sorry for that.
Let me just make one sentence on AfriForum, because I think that's what is increasing the temperature inside.
I'm listening.
Yes. My lady, Mr. Malema is entitled to regard AfriForum as a political adversary and to criticize it for an unfair prosecution because he believes that they are behind his prosecution.
Tried by a magistrate who doesn't read, who read when you appear in front of her. Otherwise, when you are not there, she doesn't read the heads of arguments. If you read heads of arguments and someone says AfriForum, you'll automatically know that I saw AfriForum somewhere in these documents. And you can't ask the question, where is that AfriForum? What are you talking about? Were trialed by a magistrate who doesn't read, who uses emotions, who speaks politics, who says we are stopping people who are coming to collect maintenance. We are stopping grannies who want to come to court. But in reality, this court was never closed. The public continued to use this court. So she doesn't have any reason, none whatsoever. She goes around fundraising reasons why we must go to prison. They took a firearm which they say I used. She was not aware when it was mentioned in court that the firearm has been handed over back to the owner. She appeared shocked. But the witness who was testifying for me wrote about the firearm being taken away. She was not aware. You know why? She doesn't read. She doesn't know what is contained in the documents that are before her. So we are dealing with someone who doesn't apply the law. The law, whether you hate someone or not, you have to answer the question, what does the law say on this matter? She will not answer that question because she can't read heads of arguments. 21 pages. And those 21 pages are quoting the judgments which were written before about matters that are similar to this one. How can she read all of those judgments if she can't read 21 pages? So it's clear that even the law that we are referring to, she can't refer to it because her and reading are not friends. They are not the same WhatsApp group. She's the most incompetent magistrate who read a judgment for 3 days. It is never done. She does so because we suspect she doesn't write her own judgments. They ask a simple thing, leave to appeal. It's a simple matter. The state stand up and they do not say anything. You still ask for 30 minutes to grant a leave to appeal or not.